Hello, friends. Today I will tell you a story of a woman who surprised everyone around her. Her name is Emily. She's 35 years old. At first sight, she looked like a normal woman with a busy job, some family responsibilities, and the same daily routine again and again. But inside, Emily was fighting with herself. Her weight had reached 80 kilograms. Every time she stood on the scale, she felt disappointed. Every time she opened her wardrobe, she saw clothes that no longer fit. She often told herself, maybe this is my life now. Maybe I cannot change. But one morning, something shifted. Emily woke up feeling heavy and tired. She looked at her reflection in the mirror and whispered, "This has to stop. I cannot live like this anymore. If I don't change today, I will never change." That moment became her turning point. She decided to give herself exactly 60 days, not for anyone else, but for her own health, her own happiness, and her own future. She promised she would not tell anyone what she was doing. She wanted her results to speak louder than her words. On the very first day, she made two small changes. She reduced her food portions and replaced her soda with plain water. At night, instead of lying on the sofa, she forced herself to walk outside for 20 minutes. It was tiring. Her legs felt heavy, and she wanted to quit. But she told herself, "I will continue tomorrow. This is only the beginning." The first week was the hardest. Her body was screaming for sugar and snacks. Every evening, she wanted to order fast food, but she fought against her cravings. She drank water, chewed slowly, and distracted herself by walking. By the end of the first week, something amazing happened. She stepped on the scale and saw that she had already lost 2 kilograms. It was not just a number, it was proof that her secret was working. When her friends noticed her face looking slightly slimmer, they asked, "Emily, are you trying something new?" She only smiled and said nothing. She knew this was just the start. The real challenge was still ahead. By the second week, Emily started to feel different. Her body was lighter, her energy was higher, and her mornings no longer felt lazy. She could wake up earlier, prepare breakfast calmly, and even reach work on time without stress. Her coworkers noticed her glow. They whispered, "Something is changing in Emily. Look at her skin. Look at her smile." But when they asked her directly, she only replied with a mysterious smile, "You will find out soon." Her meals became very simple. For breakfast, she ate boiled eggs, oats, or fruit. For lunch, half her plate was vegetables, 1 part protein like chicken or fish, and only a small portion of rice or bread. For dinner, she ate early, always before 7:30 p.m. No late night snacks, no fried food, and no sugary drinks. At night, she started walking for 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes she listened to music. Sometimes she walked silently, focusing on her thoughts. Each step reminded her that she was moving closer to her goal. After 1 full month, Emily had lost almost 6 kilograms, from 80 down to 74. Her family could not believe it. Some thought she was secretly taking weight loss pills. Others believed she had joined a gym in secret. Her cousin even joked, "Emily, are you planning to become a model? Tell us the truth." But Emily stayed silent. She was enjoying the suspense. She wanted everyone to wait until the final day. The second month was more challenging. Sometimes her body felt weak, and sometimes she wanted to quit. Birthday parties, family dinners, and office lunches tested her discipline. Cakes, desserts, and fried snacks tempted her every day. But Emily controlled herself. She reminded herself again and again, "Only a few weeks left. I cannot give up now." Her clothes started to hang loose. She opened her cupboard and found dresses she had not worn for years. When she wore them again, her friends stared in shock. Some even said, "Emily, you look like a completely new person. What are you hiding from us?" But Emily smiled once more and gave no answer. The last 2 weeks arrived. Emily had already lost almost 8 kilograms. Her target was close, but she refused to relax. She kept her routine strict and disciplined. At her office, the gossip grew stronger. She must have gone for surgery. No, maybe she joined an expensive program. Others said, maybe she's drinking some magic tea. Emily heard everything but never responded. She simply walked past them with confidence. Finally, the 60th day came. That morning, Emily stood on the scale, her heart beating fast. The number blinked for a few seconds, and then it stopped at 70.0 kilograms. She covered her mouth with her hand and tears filled her eyes. From 80 down to 70 in just 60 days. She whispered softly, "I did it. I really did it." That evening, she invited her family and closest friends. Everyone sat waiting, filled with curiosity. They had spent weeks guessing her secret, and now they wanted the truth. Her best friend leaned forward and said, "Emily, please, no more suspense. Tell us what you have been doing." Emily smiled, stood up, and finally revealed her secret. It was not surgery. It was not pills. It was not magic. Her secret was discipline in daily routine. She explained step by step. She controlled her food portions but never starved herself. She avoided all junk food and sugary drinks. She had her dinner early every evening. She drank water and green tea instead of sodas. She walked daily, at least 30 minutes, without missing a single day. And most importantly, she stayed consistent for 60 days without excuses. The room went silent. Everyone realized the truth was so simple yet so powerful. Emily looked at them and said, "The real secret is not some special diet. The secret is self-control and patience. If I can change in 60 days, then anyone can. The only thing you need is consistency." Her words touched everyone deeply. Some people decided to follow her path. Others promised themselves to try at least for 30 days. Emily's story became an inspiration. She proved that no expensive program, no shortcut, and no miracle product is needed. The only magic is inside you, your discipline, your patience, and your daily routine.